do that, but I can keep mine like here.
Yeah, and then you pick me up and you up, and
No,
it's
I
pointing at me,
know.
by the way.
I was just explaining
Yeah.
the distance. I can normally, when I'm gaming and stuff, mine is normally, no, babe, I'm putting it back here. Don't worry.
We're on though, so they can hear this, even though we're not live.
Hello. Hopefully, okay, wait.
Yeah,
Make
hopefully
sure
people
you
will
have the
start
chat.
coming back. I'm hoping.
Do you see where this? Pay attention to that in case we,
4 minutes ago.
yeah. Just in case we lose more.
All right, we're just gonna wait for everybody to come back, guys, and I'm gonna now tell everybody that there's a new stream too while we're at it, because yeah, that's embarrassing. Sorry, guys, we had an internet issue, but we're back.
Hello, welcome back, Nebs. Hello, hello. It's hot down here.
It is. I'm sweating.
We have the AC
If I
on
face
right
this
above
way,
us.
I'm okay.
It's good.
The face there.
At 26. My goodness.
I know that you did that just for the live. We normally don't keep it that low. We are not.
Everyone will find it. That's cool. We could just continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it anyway, so you can go back.
Cool.
So let me also, I have to set up the comments thing again because we lost it. And
Y'all keep it up. Thank you. Talking about disaster. So what happened? Internet disaster? We were just, okay, so we have a modem downstairs and then we have a modem upstairs. And so our computers are connected to the modem upstairs. But we're doing the live stream down here today. Because, you know, we like being a little different.
yeah, we changed it up a little.
Yeah, and so it stayed connected to the one that was upstairs, not the one downstairs, which obviously we're farther away, so it makes it slower. But we reconnected to the one that's right in front of us, so it should be fine. The Wi-Fi hates us.
Well,
Have you guys? Oh, you guys! If you need like an informative YouTube channel to watch, what's it called? The Wi-Files.
oh yeah.
The Wi-Fi.
Oh my God, it's so addicting.
Good.
Well
It's so-
produced. Wow.
Crop circles? Crop circles? I know a lot about crop circles now. Okay? You watch them. Watch them. They're a good channel. How's the Gamera trip? It was really, really fun. I ate so many mangoes that were just so like high quality mangoes. And that was a phenomenal trip. And it was the first time, you know, the mango festival, the all you can eat mangoes. It was the first time I fully like peeled a mango like an orange and it just bit into it. I've never done that before.
Probably easier than an orange.
I never want to eat a mango in another way. Okay, it was messier, but it was so good. Literally, like, I'm so used to cutting it, making the little turtle shell, popping it out, mom eating it like that. But man, eating it just straight off the mango, that was so phenomenal.
Yeah.
So good.
It was, oh my God. And we've had them since here. We've been here back at the house, and they're just so delicious. So, yeah.
We should have bought a big box.
We
of
should have.
them. Next time.
Next time.
I would have eaten them in a day already, so it's better that we did.
Yeah. All right. So where we were continuing, I was stuck in the Snowmageddon in Ontario, and it was incredible. I was one of the last cars. So after the military and everybody started showing up, what they did is they took the first few, and because we were at the back of where the nearest the previous exit was, and they only had to plow out and make us a little road. And the first few cars at the back were able to back out and go to the off ramp.
Right.
And then park. They had a little plowed area right to this like gas station sort of place. And we were able to just put our cars there and sit there. So I didn't have to get helicoptered out like most people.
Yeah, if you were in the middle, that would have been the worst.
Yeah, and the government would then remove all your cars, everything. It was pretty crazy. So that one is another one that you probably don't remember because you were 11.
I was. No, in December. Oh, yeah, I was 11, December 12th. So I was probably just happy there were snow days.
Yeah, you were glad there was no school.
There's probably more snow days in that year, and that's probably all I remember.
Then this one, the ice storm. Now, you probably remember, or at least remember hearing about it.
2013. Dang. I would have been 13.
Yeah. So the ice storm killed
I
many,
don't
many,
do it.
many people. Okay. It was a huge deal. What happens in Canada when you're very close to zero, instead of snow, you get freezing rain. Freezing rain will then stick to all the power lines, the trees, everything, and just get bigger and bigger and bigger and heavier. So heavy that it just can't hold it up any longer, and it all collapses. So power lines collapse, trees collapse, roofs collapse, everything, and cars were literally just coated in ice. And it's called a polar vortex that causes those things. So yeah, we don't have typhoons, but we have a polar vortex.
Which sounds very freaky, if someone's like, oh yeah, there's a typhoon coming, but then if someone's like, oh yeah, there's a polar vortex coming, I'd be like, excuse me? You're starting to speak alien, and I don't like that, okay? Anything to do with space is like deadly, so let's keep it Earth sounding, okay? Vortex,
Yeah.
not on my
Exactly.
watch.
And the longest power outage here in Iloilo City was the last one that we had with the 3 days, right? Or not, they didn't have consistent 3 days, but some areas of Iloilo did.
Some were out for.
In this, we were talking 4 days and 2 hours. So more than the record of the worst case was this one here. And
200 million?
yeah, and 11
Dang.
people died. Car collisions, carbon monoxide poisoning, those kind of things.
Because their
it's
cars
winter
were
and people had no
completely-
heat too, remember? Military was used for that as well. It was a huge deal.
Oh my
so.
gosh, yeah. The thing is, you can't just sit in your car with all the windows closed and stuff. Wasn't that it?
No, it was.
What made it? What heated your house?
People were probably using their cars to try to
Tailpipes?
heat their house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or no, what I think it was
What
is
is
people
it,
were
Anna?
trying to use gas to heat their home,
Oh.
and like with a open flame sort of thing, and a
Yeah,
propane
yeah.
tank or something. I don't know, but
Whatever
either
makes
way.
carbon monoxide, they were doing the thing to keep it warm.
yeah.
Philippines, hands down, has the best mangoes. That's true. I don't know where else it would be.
It's in the laundry.
Is it in the laundry?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's getting
I haven't hung
kind
it,
of gross.
So wet. Okay, and then they go on to this. So we have storms. That was really the point of this. We get power outages, storms, freakish stuff, many days. It happens. It happens everywhere in the world. But as we all know, if you live in beautiful weather, you get problems. You go to Florida, yeah, weather's fantastic. No more snow, nothing. They also get not typhoons. They get hurricanes.
Hurricanes,
Yeah,
yes.
hurricanes.
Yeah, that's the American
Right?
one.
They get hurricanes. And then if you are in just above them, you're like, wow, they don't get winter there. Just above them, they get tornadoes. So
I saw a
Tornado
video.
Alley and stuff like
Do you
that.
guys know how fast a tornado hits? It's
Tell us.
crazy. It is. So I watched a video. This dude was just, okay, it is like the most home video in the world, all right? So he's got his phone, and you can see him. He's like, it's like a POV, okay? So POV, he's like looking out the door, and it doesn't look like there's a tornado. It just looks stormy. It looks kind of chaotic, but in like, I don't know. I don't understand.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, dude grabs his dog, and he's like, come on, let's go to the basement. And I'm like, and so it's all like jumbly and doing that. And in like 1 minute, he's in the basement, and you just hear like banging everywhere. Like the video is about a tornado, so you can tell that there's a tornado hitting. And I was like, what? I didn't even see it. He was literally outside his front door filming. And in a minute, he ran to the basement, and bam. And then like a minute later, he goes out, and you can just see like his house is kind of destroyed. And then he looks out the broken window. All right, so it's still POV, all right? So we're looking out the broken window, and you can see this massive tornado just ripping through the neighborhood. That terrifies me. I think out of like all of like the natural disasters, tornadoes are up there. I don't even know if the Philippines gets tornadoes, but they're up there. I
no, they
didn't
don't
think
get
so.
I thought.
Actually happened here as well, but not as much as the U.S.
Oh,
Probably very,
thank you.
very rare.
Didn't know that.
'Cause
Well, we
same
even
with
get them in
Eaton.
Ontario, but they were so remote
rare,
and
yeah.
rare, and often hit where there's no one there that you don't. It just doesn't.
I think I
expect
saw
it. So.
a funnel once. That's it, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah. I've been in a tornado, and it was Indiana, and I hid with my vehicle inside a car wash station and watched everything just whipping around like in front of, I'm inside the car wash, which means there's an empty opening at the front and the back for when you drive your car in, then you drive it out. And so things were swirling around my buildings there.
Do cows actually get lifted? Like, the Wizard of Oz?
Listen,
You know how
I
there was
thought,
a cow in...
you know what you should have done? You should have done a blonde joke. It's a little too late now, but you should have been like, I was watching this documentary once, and this girl, she was riding her bike.
Ruby shoes.
Yeah,
It was
and she was riding this bike with
phenomenal.
her dog.
Yeah, I think the dog was like, I don't know why, but they named him Toto. I don't know what the point of that was, naming him in the documentary. But then they got swept up in a tornado, and like that's terrible.
There it is. Generators running indoors. That's where they got the carbon monoxide poisoning. Thank you very much.
That's
Third
what
case.
we
That
were
makes
gonna do.
sense.
Just kidding.
No, we have a balcony that we can close the
Just
doors
outdoor.
and leave it all outside and just run a cable inside. So anyway, so that's what we had in Canada. But let's go on. So you live in a beautiful climate. Yeah, we knew that there are risks here, and but we also looked when we were deciding where to live after Boracay. We actually looked at all these different things, and Iloilo actually doesn't have outside of flooding. You're about to see that in a minute. They don't have huge impact because you just have to look on a map and you can see how it's kind of sheltered in there, where we don't get the major impacts of a lot of the typhoons that happen here. If you were anywhere on the west coast or east coast, anywhere on the east coast, they would be getting crushed all the time, and they do. They get crushed all the time, and so does Luzon. They get crushed a lot. But here, we've had some major storms, okay? So this one here is Typhoon Frank, and this was in 2008. It was quite big, but
was the
Iloilo
hardcore one,
was hit
right?
the hardest of all of them. And as you can see, 4 million people were
Whoa.
affected, 81,000 houses.
1 billion pesos.
Yeah,
Sorry.
81,000 houses destroyed. And just to give you an idea, when they say, these damages and everything, the government assessed and gave 10,000 pesos to each home that was destroyed. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah. Well, it's $250, but that's it. So I don't know how those damages are calculated, but I do know they only give out 10,000 pesos per person who had destroyed a home, because I saw the news article, the mayor announcing that he's giving out 10,000 pesos.
Do houses here, like if I were to build this house, can I get a typhoon thing for
Oh,
it?
yeah, very inexpensive. Sure, you can. I'm sure it is. So then you can see 326,000 homes were damaged, and then the billion, yeah. And the biggest part, so the whole province, though, 200 people died, 162 went missing. So I would say put that number at 362 if I were you.
Yeah.
80% of Iloilo City was underwater. 80%. Can you imagine? A whole city. This is a big city.
How 80%? That's like, I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah. And so here's some of the photos of the damage and everything else afterwards.
Oh.
Obviously, not a lot of people are taking pictures, but you can see here from this helicopter view here.
Yeah.
And this would have been not at the high point, right? The high point, there was nobody flying.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. While the rain is happening, you obviously wouldn't be able to get that footage, and that would be when it's highest.
Yeah.
So this
And
is already when it's kind of.
So this was 2008. Then you go here to Ursula, okay? And this is 2019 in Christmas. So not that long ago.
Oh.
And you can see Ursula here. This was aerial survey. So this is, again, not the peak, but
Yeah, this is a
after.
survey after.
yeah. And you
And
can
it's
see
still
that the city
flooded.
is flooded, absolutely flooded. And yeah, there were destruction here was incredible. Like, look at that market
I wonder
there.
what building that is, because it has a ton of
Yeah, solar panels
That's
on
where
it.
I would want to be.
Right.
Well, there's no solar right now because it's all raining, but
Yeah, well, the next day they would be
yeah, that's
it
true.
would be up and going. So just to give you an idea, yeah. So
Wait,
we
is
knew
that
this.
Montano? No.
I don't know.
Okay, keep going.
So we knew this. We knew this coming into this, but we did our research. And the city has spent a ridiculous amount of money building all kinds of these rivers. You see these rivers everywhere and all these overflow ponds that go everywhere. And so since then, we have had typhoons. Here's the last one, which was Typhoon Odette, which we were in Boracay at the time. And if you've seen our videos there, it was kind of crazy, but it wasn't, terribly bad.
2021? No, we weren't
Oh
here
no,
for Odette.
that's right. No, we weren't here for Odette, but Odette did do huge. Oh yeah, that's the one that killed Cebu and Bohol. Like really hit them terrible
Yeah,
and did huge amount of damage. But as you can see here, 4 were killed by fallen trees in Iloilo. Still bad, and Guimaras, by the way. But not the same sort of impact that happened. And so their new flood plan actually did show that it did seem to work. And
the one that happened, the tropical storm that happened when we were here.
yeah, I can't remember.
I know, like Ackland got flooded really badly. Obviously down in Mindanao, it got flooded a lot.
Yeah,
but
Kalibo was flooded big time.
Yeah, Ackland, yeah. Because I remember we were there like not too long ago, and we saw their city center, which we were standing in like a few days before the storms, and it was flooded.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, these things happen quite often, but we saw that Iloilo deals with flooding. So you can prepare for flooding a lot better than you can prepare for, flying trees and 20-foot waves. And, there's certain things that are more difficult to prepare for. The city did a lot of preparations for that. And a lot of the flood control stuff has proven out so far. And so that was a big, big decision for us, or big factor in our decision for that. Also, earthquakes. So here's the Western Visayas near Iloilo. We had 0 earthquakes in the last 24 hours, 0 in the last 7 days, 0 in the last 30 days, and 8 in the last year. But then you just look at the 8 here, and we're talking 4, 6s, that kind of thing.
We met Miss Miyaga today.
Oh, yes, we did.
We did, yeah. Get ready for that video.
Yeah, get ready for that video. So, yeah, we look at all these, and where we are, we're in a very good position here where we don't have a great deal of dangerous earthquakes in here when you're comparing to other parts of the country. So
remember when we were in Albania, you could feel them like quite a lot.
Remember that part we were in?
Yes.
The whole thing, we were like, whoa.
It was kind of freaky, okay? Like, they're obviously built, like, ready for it.
Yeah.
Because they get so many. It's a very active earthquake area. But, yeah, I remember we're on the 8th floor, which is, like, that's, like, the highest, built, like, highest. We were at the highest floor.
Yeah, of that building.
And so I was just laying in bed at one point, and you could just feel, like, you're just shifting, and you're like, oh, it's an earthquake. And then I would Google it because right away I'd be like, earthquake? Tell me more. And then you would find out where it was. Normally it was like the main one was in Greece, and that was just like an aftershock. And you're like, just an aftershock?
Yeah. Earthquakes were very, very common. Many of them you don't feel too. So for us to say even in Iloilo, if we looked at other stations and everything, it wouldn't say 0 earthquakes in the last 7 days or 0 in the last 30 days. Those kind of things. It just wouldn't happen. But Iloilo is in a very, very good spot for natural disasters, that kind of thing. I'm interested. So Far East Rider says, lived on Guam for several years, can count on a typhoon every Thanksgiving. Incredible.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. That's how I learned to barbecue a turkey. Wonderful.
Oh my gosh.
What's that? Dunk turkey? Turdunky?
Turdunky.
Turdurkey.
Turdurkey. The duck in a turkey.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's right.
There's like another one where you put a quail in the duck, in the turkey. And
I was thinking of the barbecue, or not barbecue, the deep fried turkeys.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Those are quite
a little crazy, but probably not very healthy, but whatever. But yeah, the power out, you're saying here that you had power out for weeks. And I'm interested though, because Guam is basically, it's another island down here. Does every business already have generators? Do they just function as normal here when the power goes out? Because when the power goes out here, it's like 80% of the businesses still are able, you can go to the malls, you can do anything for days on end. Nothing changes. Unlike maybe in America or Canada. Yeah, exactly. You're definitely going to sweat a lot more. Tornado Alley is scary. Yes, we were talking about that. Definitely. We are back. Yep.
Yeah, we're back. Hopefully there's no lag or anything. If you guys notice anything, let us know.
Tell us in the chat for sure.
Just let us know. If we can solve it in 10 seconds, let us know. If you're going to call me ugly, I can't solve that in 10 seconds. So just keep that one to yourself.
Well, actually, I could. I could do it in 2 seconds.
Wait, can I show you guys something? Okay, hold on. Okay. This is a business.
I'm going to move out of the way.
And this is like not business. So
Alright.
no, I'm gonna show them the new.
All right,
new
business in the
spots.
front.
Okay, first off, at least I'm wearing shorts this time, not PJs.
All right, I guess you guys are getting a little fashion show out of this. I don't know. Yeah, so the volcanoes, yeah, we have one over in Bacolod, obviously, and all those are monitored. The good thing about volcanoes is they've gotten really good at being able to detect early signs, those kind of things, and be able to give people enough notice to get out of the way. We're pretty far from it, though. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Pretty sure this. Wait, sorry, I'll
Show them a little closer so they can see. There you go.
Pretty sure this is for a 10-year-old, but
It was.
it's fine. It's okay.
You didn't take it from a 10-year-old.
I did take it from them straight up, ripped it out of their hands. They were crying, and I was just like, well,
This is mine now.
this is what reality looks like.
Welcome to my world. So Bianca now has a towel, or it's the after
It's like a
towel,
little
after your
blanket.
bath or whatever. You're supposed to,
I'm freaking cooler than Red Riding Hood.
because
Orange,
you're the actual fox
I'm
or
the
the wolf. You're the fox, but not a wolf. But you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh,
I just wanted to show you guys this because Michael almost didn't buy it for me. So I just want you all to appreciate it like I appreciate it. Wow, cat. Yolanda hit Panay 2013.
yeah, I was trying
One
to.
of the
there we go.
strongest ever. That was bad. Category 5. Oh my god. 5 cats.
No,
Smurf.
5 cats and
Smurf.
6,300 people died.
Okay.
Is that across the
That's not
Philippines,
funny.
or you're
That's not
you're
funny,
saying just
sorry.
in the Panay or just in Iloilo? When I was looking up the top storms, those are the ones that came up. Not I didn't.
The one that is named
This is Ursula and Frank.
Frank.
Which is
That's
also
oh no.
Fen right there.
Yeah, Yolanda is that's the one I hear all the time.
Wonder what year that one is, eh?
2013.
Oh yeah, sorry. They did say that, didn't they?
Sup, you guys? Hello. Oh, it's a towel. I thought it was a jacket at first. I'm gonna wear it like a jacket. I don't care.
Sorry. There we go.
It's
I'm
one of
bringing
those
up that
like
Yolanda.
blanket ones, and the cats love it. The little one using it as like a, you know, when baby cats get taken away from their mother too young, they have like this like comfort thing where they suck on blankets or whatever. Like they suck on things that remind them of their mother's belly, and then do that little biscuit making thing. He was doing that with this, and I was like, yes, I am your mother now. So that was really cute.
All right, I pulled it up though, just so other people can see too here. So Yolanda displaced 6,000 people in
6,000 families.
6,000 families in 16 affected towns.
Wow.
Even Pasay. It's not a lot here.
Oh yeah, this was like
As for
during
the
the
damage,
time.
yeah, we received the
Oh, from Honeyway.
Honeyway. Yeah, there were 105 houses destroyed.
That was like during it. So
Yeah, let's see.
You need like
That's about oh, I don't want your Cloudflare thing.
so interesting. Oh well, speaking of disasters, doggo towel. Guys, it's a fox. It's a fox. I'm a little fox. There's an anime where there's this girl. She likes being lazy and drinking Coca-Cola. And she has a similar like blanket to this. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, I could do a cosplay of that as well. But I just really thought it was cute.
Okay, so this is after. Reported 5,608 families, 28,000 individuals in 17 towns. Yeah, they had refugee centers, 81 evacuation centers, refuge, and 81 evacuation centers. No refugees. 50% remained without power.
Nothing about the deaths.
No, there's nothing here about the deaths or anything, just displacements. So yeah, it's unusual that I can't find anything in there. Like I looked up the top ones that are for deaths, so that's why I was a little.
Maybe they just added it up with like the total for everybody. I have no idea.
Yeah, like if I go to Wikipedia, they're just going to tell us the whole Philippines. That's why I wanted Iloilo specific. Either way, it is one of the other ones. Yes, you are correct. It is huge.
Umaru-chan, yes. Wilhelm.
This one?
You know me, yes.
There you go.
There's an anime character. She's super cute and she's very she'll just go home and she just neats out. Okay, so she just doesn't talk to the world. She watches her anime and then drinks Coca-Cola. And this is me.
Yeah, that's her. Oh, we got
Hello, Harry Larry
Harry Larry McNary.
I love the name.
We love the name.
I love the name. I love your videos. Question for you. Love the Philippine people and their culture from watching your videos. What is the question? Is that the question? So it seems like never mind about the question. Was gonna ask but failed.
That sounds like what she would do,
That's
by the way.
That's fine. That's all good. We appreciate it anyways. Wait, what was the other? It seems like it's every 5 to 6 years. Oh, yes. In terms of typhoons.
Oh,
Like big ones.
the really big ones, I guess so. Yeah, because if you look at we saw 2008, then 13,
13,
and then
18.
18, 19, 21.
It's 2023.
So every once in a while, no, but they had one in 2021. Odette.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it kind of. But then last year, we how many of them did we see? They didn't hit us. They all hit Luzon. Remember?
Yeah.
Every time we'd look,
But I
we'd be like,
think
oh,
they were
Luzon, Luzon. But we would get a lot of wind on Boracay.
Yeah. And rain. We got rain as well.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, like we felt like you feel like you're part of the storm if your
If you
trees
get
are all
wind,
blowing
yeah.
over and your house is going crazy. Where today, yeah, other than some wind gusts, and there's still gusts right now outside, but otherwise there's nothing.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
were to tell me there's a super typhoon right now, I would be like, okay.
Yeah. But
Super
yeah, there's a
typhoon.
price to pay to live in a tropical climate. It doesn't matter if you're in the United States, if you're in Canada, if you're in what was the tsunamis and all that. You go into Thailand, those kind of places. It comes with the territory. It's really weird in that way. Like if you're going to live where we lived in Ontario, where other than snowstorms, you don't have anything, right? Like, or where I lived in northern Saskatchewan, you just had lots of snow. They didn't have anything. They didn't have any effects whatsoever. But once it's almost like, it's weird when you think about it. Are we in a simulation or something? It's like, well, if you have it too good, we're going to have to reward you with some negative effects or something like that.
Yeah, we can't have all of you guys moving to this paradise.
No.
Because then it's just too easy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, California, we're not going to give you a bunch of typhoons, but we're going to give you earthquakes all the time, and you will know that one day you're all going into the ocean.
We're gonna buff the places no one wants to be, and we're gonna handicap.
Yeah, if
or
anybody knows
whatever.
anything about making games and stuff like that, you always
gonna
you
nerf-
buff things and nerf things.
Yeah, we're gonna nerf all the good places. Oh yeah, sunshine all the time? No, we're nerfing that. You're getting rain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if you don't know, we did a video explaining some of the stuff of our past and stuff like that, and how she's not actually first name's not Bianca. Anyway, and actually it was really difficult for me because remember in the beginning I would screw up. We'd be having a conversation with somebody, I'd be like, and this is, and I'd say, and I'd be like, and now you couldn't get me to say Davina. I would literally not remember
for
anymore.
anyone who doesn't know, my actual name is Davina.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch the video, which if you didn't watch the video, ouch, because I was hilarious in that video. He was okay too, but I was just pulling my weight, all right?
Yeah, she was definitely pulling her weight.
Bianca's my middle name. Okay, so I'm not like.
Yeah, it's not like she made some random name
I should
up.
have though. I should have been like Princess Sparkle Puff.
Yeah, but then nobody would have thought it's your name, and it
I
would
would've
actually
been
been better.
I would have been born and raised.
Well, it's
Princess
like that
Sparkle
girl
Puff.
that you used to watch at Pokimane, right? Like nobody believes it's her name, so
Her
she's
real
not going to
name's
get.
Emaine though.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
Poke-Emaine. That's
Yeah.
what they say, but everyone just calls it Pokey because like Pokemon.
Well, yeah. What would that be like turning Biakin?
Biakin, yeah.
Bianca in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing, you were so far out in the sticks, the deer get lost. No kidding. Like we had the strangest things happening out there, and then I can't explain everything, and I didn't
UFOs.
in the video, but my life was incredible when I think back on it. Like unbelievable. Like here, you're not alone, but there, if you walked, you could walk for a day, and you will never see another human being. So, yeah. it's a little bit different there. And animals aren't used to seeing humans, so they're not afraid of humans. They
Oh,
don't
you
know
should be
anything
like
different.
Snow White.
Yeah, except for they also want to eat you because you're just another person that needs, or another animal to them. So a wolf or whatever would go, yeah, I could take that. A bear, goodbye. Even a
Like
moose
these-
would be like, get out of my way.
Okay, the moose, they'll even if you're in a car, they'll be like, get
Yeah.
out of my way. Okay,
Yeah.
moose are freaking enormous. I know. Okay, I didn't even realize how big emperor penguins are. Those are enormous as well. They're like to your hips.
We don't have those in Canada.
Did you ask? Did you go to none of
Just-
it and check all the islands? I don't think
No,
so.
I haven't
There
been to
might be
none of it.
one.
I've
There
been to
might
the
be
Yukon,
one.
but none of
You
it.
never know. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? If I was super mega rich,
You'll have none of it.
I would have none of it. I would find one of those empty islands and I would start an emperor penguin colony just so we could be like, yeah, we got emperor penguins in Canada. No big deal.
All right, Harry,
know,
Larry,
wait.
McNary. I believe you're a member. That's why you pop up with yellow. So go ahead.
I don't. Maybe. Okay, this
His
isn't my
comments.
original question, but now I feel like I need to ask one. Fair
do.
enough.
You do.
We put a little pressure on you. So, do you think you would move back to Canada anytime soon, or anywhere else for that matter? Heck no.
No, our whole intention and plan when we said our very first
Yeah.
video, if you go all the way to the first one, was to come here to live.
Yeah, we definitely want to settle here first, and if we go back to Canada, that's like, I don't know. Right now, it'd be like a huge waste of money.
Yeah, and we have a whole world to see. If we were gonna like, let's go check out another place, we're not gonna go back to Canada. Like
Yeah.
we haven't been to parts of Europe yet. We haven't been to all the other places in Asia. There's so many places we'd rather spend our money to go to.
Yeah, and maybe maybe in 10 years we'll go and be like, oh, let's do a little tripsies back to Canada.
Yeah,
Let's get
exactly.
some OG poutine, you know, little.
Maybe
Let's
we'll
go to
miss it by then.
Vancouver. Let's go to Vancouver because I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like there's so many places, especially in Asia, like all over Asia, that I would love to go. And like we were in Albania, but we didn't go to Greece and like Athens, Greece. There's so many other trips that we would love to explore
Yeah.
before we go back to Canada.
Yeah, if it weren't for the pandemic, we would have rented a car and 10 hours, I think it was. No, maybe it was 20 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 15 hours, somewhere in there. We could have been in Germany. Like that's how easy it was to get around in Albania. And if it wasn't pandemic, we would have just been, we could have done all of Europe. No problem. Would have been so easy.
Pokemon is coming to the yeah, all of them. They're all coming for Conquest, the convention. Which you know what, my goal is next year to be a guest at Conquest. It's not even hard. They're inviting people from the U.S.
Did you say me?
No, I want to be a
Oh,
guest.
I think you said Michael. I was like,
Conquest. It's
Why
an
would they
anime
invite me?
convention. No, I don't want you to go.
what? Wow. Story of my life.
No, I want to. Okay, my goal. It might be a little unrealistic.
My goal. I get it.
Oh, I see
My
now.
goal. My goal. Okay.
I was so confused. I was like, I don't know where you got Michael, but okay. My goal is to eventually be cool enough to get invited to Conquest or like any convention. Okay, if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, can you go to this convention?" and not because of TPL, because of me, that would be cool. The first step is actually finishing my cosplays, which, you know,
And then get known somewhere with them.
I'll just go. I'll use
'Cause you don't want to.
TPL.
You don't. You just said you don't want TPL. So you're gonna have to get. You're gonna have to
no,
get
no, no,
posting
no,
on
wait.
Instagram or something.
I know, yeah. That's the thing. Finish my cosplays, post. I have a whole list of stuff to do. I have to wake up early. I have there's like 10 steps, okay? How about Maru-chan? I can do that because I have the blonde wig.
You're just jumping around. Can we just answer Tom real quick?
Yeah, I
It's
guess
been
we
on the
can.
screen. Yeah.
From sorry, Tom.
From where we reside, how far is it to Festive Walk?
Like 20 minutes.
Or 5?
5? You want to get to Festive Walk in 5 minutes?
In a car?
In this condition, in the traffic? Right now, maybe. Right now. I have never in my life.
Because we're always leaving at 4 o'clock in the
I'm-
afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you go between 4 and 6, it might take 20 minutes. It might, yes.
No, it'll definitely take you 20 minutes. I don't know where he's driving. I play Pokemon Go.
And it's
I literally play Pokemon
It's 1.8 miles away, so that's at 3 kilometers or something. Yeah, it's about 3 kilometers away.
I literally play Pokemon Go, and the moment we leave our house, I have a 15-minute incense that makes it so I can get more Pokemon. And I only play Pokemon Go when I'm driving somewhere. And so that 15 minutes is up before we get anywhere.
There we go.
That's how I know.
It's always rush
Have
hour.
you guys seen what Filipinos do during a typhoon? Bagyo ka lang Pinoy kami. Something about we are. Wait, kami is us.
Communities, group.
Me and you.
Okay.
So us Filipinos, something about Filipinos together.
Yeah.
I don't know what bagyo means.
But I think the answer is no, we don't.
No, we don't.
Yeah. And yeah, so maybe you could let us know. Let's get through some of these here.
I've heard many right up there, Mike Ross. I've heard many different combination names in the Philippines, but Davina is the first.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I was like privacy.
And it wasn't really named off of common name, right? Like it was literally half of her father, half of her mother. So it shouldn't be a common name unless there's a lot of other people with the same 2 first names picking.
Well, David is pretty common.
Yeah, that's definitely common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend named
Givenroy.
Givenroy, derived from given to Roy. Roy being his dad. I love that. Oh
so
my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm giving these ideas for cat names. I was driving through central Maine at night, which is an extremely dangerous thing to do. The moose are so huge. They're like freaking dinosaurs and they blend into the background.
You're not wrong.
Camouflage dinosaurs.
You're not wrong. People don't understand how big moose are.
Moose in Maine.
Yeah, of course. Why
Can
not?
you eat them?
If you look on a map, it's no different than Canada.
Are they endangered though?
It's like being in Quebec. If you look on a map.
What? They have lobsters too, so I just assumed.
Well, they're all in the ocean, but they still have parts that aren't on the ocean.
I thought they were in trees. Are you serious?
Wait. Moose
in the
and
ocean?
lobsters? Moose in the ocean?
No. You're telling me lobsters don't grow on trees? Are you sure?
Do moose grow on trees?
No, they're in the ocean.
I know, but why would anything grow on a tree that's alive?
You're telling me the apples aren't alive and they're not kicking and screaming every time we
My
bite into
goodness.
one?
Anyway, so yes, moose, people don't understand. They are ridiculous. It's like hitting one of the biggest horses you've ever seen. And
With massive horns, okay? It's a horse, like a Clydesdale horse, okay?
Yeah.
A big bastard with massive horns that are like 2 baby deer on its head, made out of solid bone.
All right. So still wondering why you chose Philippines to live. So we do have a whole video. Why were you going to move to the Philippines? We'll give you the Coles notes. You know, the short version is that, we wanted to live somewhere tropical. I had always gone to Costa Rica, Mexico, South America, Central America, that kind of whole thing. I was constantly, like, some years I'd go 5 times, like 5 weeks.
Yeah, he was looking there.
I was there all the time. But the thing is, you go to one of these countries and you deal with issues that, you could never own a business, maybe, in some cases. You can never be a citizen. You could never have a path to easy visas or something, unless you're like rich and retired, that kind of thing. Then, yeah, a lot of them. But then you look at crime rates and drug lords and, all the different things that could happen in different countries. And so, but I was always thinking that that's what I was going to do. My parents, my mother and another stepfather, they had retired in their 40s to Costa Rica. And they lived there for about 10 years and I got bored and went back to the United States and so on and so forth. It's a longer story than that. But anyway, and I used to visit down there and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is beautiful. This is paradise, that kind of thing. And so I always had that goal. I hate winter. I literally hate winter. I worked driving, right? Like I could drive 120,000, 130,000 kilometers a year, and that's a normal year for my job. I flew a lot too, but then I would get into a rental car and drive. So I hate winter. I've been through it all. I'm just done. I'm done with winter. My childhood was horrible with winter. Like everything about winter,
I hated winter too.
Yeah.
Every time somebody says winter or snow, the first memory that pops up, which I'm so mad about, is the time when I was running. I've said this story before. I was running after a bus because I was going to be late for school if I didn't get on this bus. And the snow was like 2 feet up. So it's like knees deep. And I'm trying to run and catch this bus. And do I not fall flat face first into the snow right in front, like right beside the bus? So anyone who was looking out the window, they could have seen that. And it was cold. I was like, I got up and I was like, this is not worth it. This is the worst thing in the world. Why is it here? Why is it here? And my face was red. I was wet because of the snow melting when I got on the bus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
It's not fun. So
Don't like
our only goal was, okay, where can we live that's safe, that we have path to citizenship, not so much me, but I can get work visas and everything if I'm married to a Filipina, that kind of thing, right? And so obviously it just made sense. And then we're doing this. It's not because we had a lot of downsides to Philippines. I knew nothing about the Philippines. She knew some things about the Philippines.
I knew a little
We
bit 'cause my
researched it
mom-
after, going, okay, you can get citizenship there just because your mother was born there? Whoa, we need to look into this. Then we binged. We binged everything to do with the Philippines.
We were watching the YouTube vloggers.
Yeah, we were the people watching the
vloggers.
vlogs.
Yeah.
And that's went on for years. And that's why when we say we really knew nothing about Iloilo, that's how shocking it is to us. We spent so much time binging about the Philippines and never even heard about this place. Wow. So hopefully, because of our channel, a lot more people now know about this place than what we had the opportunity to know.
Yeah. And it's good news, guys. Talked to my mom. What was it, last night? She got the paperwork. So we're gonna get that soon. And
Yeah,
I can
thank
submit
goodness.
it.
We can get that
I
done.
was like, yes, let's do it. Let's go.
Canada's second largest country in the world. That is correct by landmass. And most lakes in the world, so the most fresh water in the world. That is correct. Second largest oil reserves, I believe, in the world, somewhere around that anyway. California has more people than Canada. That is true. I believe even Los Angeles, not no more, used to be. And 90% live with 100 miles of the U.S. border.
Yeah, and that's all
Very
around.
correct.
Like, there's like most of them are, what is it, an hour from Toronto?
Yeah.
1/3 of the population is an hour from Toronto.
Yeah, you go to center of Toronto, 1 hour out, 10
Like
million
10
people.
million.
And at the time, when we were
Maybe
saying
low.
it was like 32 million. But Canada's letting in almost 2 million a year now, right now.
Yeah.
So it's
They're probably
growing.
all going to Toronto.
Yeah, it's like 38 million now. But Canada
yeah,
has
so
been a
much
lot
more.
more. If you move to Winnipeg, we'll give you a visa. If you move to, that's the kind of thing they're trying to get people to
Alberta's a
stop
popular
moving
one.
to Toronto because it's overwhelming the system there, and we're going to become like a Mexico City sort of thing.
Bad. Like there's a lot. I lived in Toronto for a year, and it was just so much traffic. Like it feels very similar to Manila, honestly.
Ernest, thank you very much. I'm sure we will meet you soon. Tax implications living outside of Canada. Once you have citizenship, like when we were in Albania, we had a tax ID. Because Albania did give us permanent residency, and
We could
so we had a
vote.
business and everything. We paid taxes every month. It was easier. As our attorney would just, or not attorney, they call them economists. You have to have an accountant by law there, and so he gives you printouts to bring to the bank, and you just pay them every single month. But Canada's unlike the United States, where you're stuck with the IRS forever. Once you leave Canada, you file your final tax return. That's it, you're done. You don't get health care anymore, by the way. If you go back, you have to wait like 3 months and apply again. But you're done. You're done with Canada. So once we have a citizenship path here, it's going to be a lot cheaper in taxes to pay here instead of Canada, because we have to give a tax ID to YouTube in order to get paid. And so we give Canadian.
Bagyo means typhoon. Bagyao.
That's
Bagyo
two
means
different
storm. You're just a typhoon. We're Pinoys. I'll memorize that. You
can stand in front of one and be like, "You're just a
I
typhoon."
love those. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos where there's just like a dude standing on the street and just being like absolutely blasted by rain, and you could barely hear him yelling, or he's dancing. I love those videos. I know it's so dangerous, so don't do it, but like,
Yeah.
so funny.
Robert, actually, a lot of them will travel through swamps because they're so tall. They can. And that's where actually I've seen most of them, because it's easier for them to travel in wide open spaces. And generally, there's not going to be a lot of things in a swamp that are of any concern to them. And so they actually walk through a lot of like low swamp ponds, beaver dam areas, like where they've made a pond
If
out
I
of
was a
nowhere.
crocodile, I would not mess with them.
Well, we don't have them in Canada, so we're
I
okay.
would. How do you know? Did you check every creek?
This girl.
Did you check every creek? I'm
This
sure.
girl.
I'm sure there's one in the sewer because I know for a fact somebody bought an alligator somewhere in Canada and flushed that sucker down the toilet, and now it lives in the sewer. I'm 100%. I'm 110% sure.
Yeah.
I don't think that's good for the crocodile or anything. They shouldn't have done that, but I'm 110% sure somebody would have.
Yeah. So this part here with their electrical issues, no. We've gone through everything but this one air conditioner. You can't see it's right there. And there's no way that's causing 600-700 kilowatt hours a month. That makes no sense. And we've watched it to see if it's spinning. So very soon you'll hear what our decision how we're going to go about this and fix that. We're still working on it, but.
Do many people? Okay, wait. Is Bianca's mother coming to the PH? She wants to.
When she gets her pension.
Yeah, she's gonna. Well, yeah, she's gonna retire here permanently, but she's thinking like in the next year, coming to visit, like having a little girls trip with her Canadian girlfriends, and they're gonna come down, and we'll take them around. But they want to go to different provinces as well, because some of her friends that she works with, they're from different, like Ilocos Norte.
Oh yeah.
And I think Cavite as well. And so it'll be cool to kind of meet them and show them around. Yeah. Because my mom hasn't been back here in 30 plus years. So
it'll be like a foreign land to her. Let's be honest.
Mama, don't worry. I'm the Filipino here. Okay. You do not have to worry about a thing.
Do many people speak French where you are in Canada? Un peu, which means a little. Not really much in Toronto. When I lived in Sudbury, Ontario, which is anything to do with Northern Ontario, there is large French communities up there, and some of them will not speak English. So it is possible, but not very common.
Je m'appelle Davina. Est-ce que tu peux? Wait. Est-ce que tu peux? I don't know.
No, that doesn't seem to make.
Est-ce que is for questions. Tu is you. Is like, I don't remember.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, see,
I used to have to deal with it. I used to go to Quebec all the time for work. But
yeah.
It's escaping me now because now we had other languages that we keep hearing. Why is that the maple leaf, the flag of Canada, is literally the most abundant living? Maple leaves, yeah, exactly. Well, and maple syrup, it's huge in Canada.
Maple syrup is so good.
It's like our gold. We have a lot of gold too, though. But mining, Canada literally has everything. If you were to like pick a country in a sim game or something, and you wanted ones with the most natural resources, you would have picked Canada because it has everything: diamonds, gold, silver, platinum, tons of oil, fresh water, timber. Like what doesn't it have? So.
Yeah.
Vancouver, 252 years ago. Congratulations. Around. Hastings, near Chinatown, the number of drug addicts are shot. Yeah, Canada. So Hastings is, I believe, BC. Vancouver. Yeah. It's really bad in Vancouver because, like the United States, Canada has more mild temperatures the further west you go. Right, that west coast. So if you are homeless, if you are somebody who does not really want to live under the system, sort of thing, and I have personal experience in this because of my brother. They will travel to the west coast, right? And if they can't get in the United States, say they have a criminal record, they don't have a passport, whatever it is, they can't get down to the United States. The only place you can go in Canada, and it's still not that warm, by the way, is Vancouver. It's just more mild in the winter. You can kind of survive. And so they have a ton. They have drug injection centers. They have a lot of things that are related to that kind of thing because that is where the homeless will go, and drug addicts and stuff like that can't afford to do anything but their addiction. They go there. So there's a huge amount of services for that. It's just a thing, the West Coast does work out that way all the way down, right? Just straight down.
What have you guys heard about the new 59-day visa? Is that like a renewable one? No idea. We don't pay enough attention. We just got our visa.
Oh, they will vote in June. Okay, so it's not out yet or anything.
Yeah.
So we'll look it up for sure.
And then we'll let you know.
Yeah, I figured you didn't. we kind of figured you didn't mean 252 years ago, but 25 sounds reasonable.
I live on the U.S. South on the coast. I'll keep my hurricanes over tornadoes, earthquakes, volcanoes, and anything snow related. Wait, which one is the south?
Well, he probably is in
Like
maybe the
Texas?
Gulf, so he would be in no Florida, yeah, or Florida, but Florida or Texas or where else are we talking about?
I guess
Mississippi,
if you're near the
New
coast, you don't really
Orleans,
get as many
that whole
tornadoes.
yeah.
It's more like in the middle. Hi, Michael and
Ramon and
Davina.
Norlene, hello again.
Hello, hello. That's
It's
such
been a
pretty
while.
name, Norlene. Why is the Prime Minister of Canada so handsome? We keep getting that. I
Wow.
don't know. He's got good genes.
Uh,
Genetics, not like skinny jeans or anything.
No, we haven't heard about this either. A tourist visa changes to 90 days max. So that would be quite interesting. But then it just means that everybody will jump out every 90 days instead.
Yeah, a lot of people already do that because
Yeah.
it's after 90 days you have to get the ACR
Yeah,
card.
because you have to have a permanent residency card like for
And
tourists.
Yeah, and so we got that after 90 days,
Yeah.
3 months. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to do that. So they only go
they
60 days and
already
they
do
jump
it,
out and they jump
yeah.
back. And
Yeah.
they'll never have to get a card. And essentially they're totally off the system
Hey,
that way.
Katie Gamer, see you on Dead by Daylight tomorrow. Yeah, that's what we'll be streaming.
Where are you?
Just right under that one. I'll go back. I'll
Oh,
go
I
back
see.
to that one. But yeah, I saw the Dead by Daylight. I will see you there. I will see you there. It's a horror game, but it's more funny because I'm just running like a headless chicken, screaming and crying.
As one does.
Harry Larry McNary. I love it.
Yes.
Do you and not my real name Bianca? Do you and not my real name Bianca plan on doing any traveling videos outside of the Philippines? Would love to see some other Asian cultures from you guys. Still not
he
my
needs you to know that. He needs you to
Right.
coax those original question out of him.
that question better be so like phenomenal.
Yeah, we actually decided that it was a big thing for us. Like, also, we come to the Philippines
Yeah.
because we've never been to Asia. I've been to Australia, and that's it. And so, yeah, we definitely want to go to Japan, and we want to go to like Hong Kong, and we want to go to Singapore, and we want to go to Thailand, and there's so many. Like, we want to go all of them.
Everything.
Yeah,
And
Kuala Lumpur.
And but the thing is, we want to do like the full experience. So here in the Philippines, it's cheap for us because we're already here.
Yeah.
And we don't have to go.
No 24-hour flight.
Yeah, and we don't have to go to Boracay to like a expensive resort because we have a house here, and we're good. We're chilling. We can go eat locally. We're good. And so, if we were to go to Japan, especially Japan, okay, Japan is crazy expensive. But even Thailand and everything, you need like, if we want to get the full experience, we have to like save up to do that,
Yeah.
right? So it's just time.
Yeah. And it's a lot easier for us to hop around Philippines right now. Plus, I don't know. It's like we haven't even seen scratch the surface. yet,
Yeah,
believe it or
and-
not.
Yeah, and
So,
we're
we have a
moving
lot to see.
around so much here too. So it's like we're not in a rush to
No.
go to Thailand, to go to Japan.
Yeah,
So
and
that's a big thing. Too,
and
yeah.
imagine it yourselves where like we have a home, but we don't have a home because this is us testing out to see if Iloilo is the place for us, right? That kind of thing. And while we do that, we're checking out different areas to make sure like we have to go to all these other places, and for us to feel like it's actually a home, like home. This doesn't feel like home. Obviously, because we're also just renting is not nowadays. It's pretty common to rent for all people, but something that we're like, this is home.
Yeah.
We don't have that yet,
Yeah,
and
nothing
so
permanent. So
that's
we're
our
still-
priority
We're
too.
still like technically traveling, even though we've settled a little bit. We're still traveling in the Philippines, so it's like until we kind of settle with that, we can't really travel out. Sorry, my nose is. So, how is it so far for you guys in your Filipino culture immersion? I suck at learning languages. Okay, this is not even
I'm
just
worse.
a Filipino thing. Okay, this is a French thing. I took French all through high school. I can only ask to go to the bathroom, and not even well.
Europeans make
So-
us look like idiots because you meet a European, they're like, I speak 8 languages.
They're
And-
like,
and
oh
I'm
yeah,
learning a
I
new
know
one
that.
right
I
now.
learned it like in a year, and I'm like, shut up, just shut up, shut your mouth,
I don't get it.
shut it. Okay, so I'm slowly but surely. Once that's the biggest mountain that I'm currently immersing myself over. But otherwise, yeah, it's kind of really easy. Like the food and everything, I'm already used to a lot of it. There's a lot of food I hadn't tried before, but there was also a lot of food I did try, and like eating rice, everything. It's already part of my diet, so that wasn't hard. Um, I think the one hardest thing was saving face. That's the one thing I still am like.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. It's just like a cultural difference, which like you can see it, but I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
Now we're more used to it, of course.
So not yet. That's still a process that we're in process of.
We're one step closer. Once my mother mails us the letter, we go to
have
Manila
everything.
and we submit.
That'll be it. It'll
And
be in their
then-
hands and up to them. Yep. So
And
let's
then I'll
see.
do a little dance for them.
That's right. A little dance just to convince them that you want her.
Na, 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 na. I'm learning the
singing, though.
anthem. I'm learning the anthem.
Good.
I have it saved. I have it on my Spotify. I have it saved, and I have a picture of like the piano sheets. So if I had a piano, I could play it. So I'm getting ready, okay? Because I'm gonna bring like a what is that? One of those keyboard things, those electric keyboards, to the office. So when they're deliberating whether or not I should become a citizen, I'd be like, before you make your decision, and I'll lay it out there, and I'll just do an amazing performance that will just bring tears to their eyes, and then I automatically get it, I think. If you make them cry in a good way, I think that's like boss battle win.
Okay, so
So-
Ramon, let's see. The best place if you want to live in Iloilo, there really isn't a lot of options. Like house rentals, beachfront. No.
I would try Otan, where they like right
Maybe,
beside.
but even then, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think you want to buy a house, yes. If you want to build a house, yes. Those kind of things, definitely. But
Yeah.
if you wanted to just say, hey, I want to go and look at a few options of renting a house on the beach, you have to go to places like Mac 10. You have to go to places like Mobile. You'll have to go to places where there already is a market for a lot of that.
Yeah, there's already a beach life culture.
Beach life culture with a lot of expats that already kind of built up that demand in those areas. Subic Bay, another one where Americans were for the longest time based there, that kind of thing. Some of them decided to stay with their families and their homes for rent there, those kind of things that are beyond the beach. So far, we haven't been to so many other places. For all I know, Laguna is really good. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Or Batangas. Yeah, we haven't been there. We'll be there soon. And those kind of places. And then Siargao. Okay, so Siargao is very expensive though, and it is going to be a typhoon-ridden place to live. But that's where all the surfers go. And so what do they say? Something like 63%, I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Something
of
in
the
that.
population is.
Don't quote me on the exact percentage, but very close, over 60.
Quote him. Do it.
Of the population are foreigners. So it got the demand, it's got the supply, but it's very, very expensive because of that. So that would be my personal advice based on all of that. And this is a good place for your family.
Ilo still your top pick for city to stay long term in, or have you found other places? We haven't gone yet.
Yeah, we haven't found better yet.
So
Let's leave it at that.
is-
It's still on our number one.
Yeah,
We found
yeah.
lots of great places, but all the check boxes that we have, we're still here at number one. But we haven't moved. We haven't gone very far recently,
we
right?
kind of stayed in Iloilo, which is quite massive.
Yeah, because there's so many things. We hadn't
Yeah.
done a lot in Gamaris, and now we have done quite a bit in Gamaris.
We've
And
done it.
well,
we've
there's still
done
other
it.
things. But we're going to go to Higanti soon, and those kind of places that are a little bit closer. I'm trying to think. Oh, we haven't gone to Cavite, and we haven't gone to Rojas City.
Capiz, you mean Capiz?
Sorry,
Cavite
Capiz.
is we haven't
I'm
been
mixing
to
it up.
Cavite.
We haven't been to Cavite. But
I was talking to my mom. All right, I was talking to my mom because
goes.
we were just chatting, and I was like, if I did a pageant, where could I go? All right, where could I go, Mama? Not that I wanted to, but I was also curious about like where like my family all originate from. So my mom's Tondo, of course, like been there. Like, I have to visit them again. I miss them. And then what was it? My grandmother, she's from Bulacan. And then my grandfather is from Cavite. And we know we have family in Cavite. I've just never met them yet.
you know why all this is important? If she ever wants to do like Miss Iloilo or something, or Miss
We were.
whatever.
That's what I was talking
You
about.
have to trace your roots. In many of these competitions, if your roots don't come from there, you're not allowed to compete.
Yeah. So I was just curious because I'm like, what if I just like, you know.
Right. Because
Yeah.
as the rules now, she could not even go. She
Also,
can't
you-
even try out for Miss Iloilo. So.
Capiz, watch out for Aswang. I am the Aswang. All right, you wait. They gotta watch out for me.
So, Mike, I don't believe there's any beachfront rental houses across the street from the beach down, like
Yeah,
subdivisions, those kind of things
maybe.
in Villa Beach, but nothing on the beach.
Yeah.
Physically on the
And
beach or
there's
anything
like
that.
a lot going on with the beach because they're eventually like giving way to
They're
the
gonna,
road.
yeah,
the
they're going to put a
coastal
road on the other side. So,
So
yeah.
your rental will probably not, if it's on the beach, it's probably not going to last forever.
Robert will be staying in Makati, and we'll talk about that later. But we're also planning to go to this really cool old Spanish town that's near Subic. That is going to blow your minds.
Is it Ilocos Norte or no?
I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Wait, you gotta wait. This is going to blow you away when we get there, that kind of thing. But we will be going from Batangas up in, check out a lot of stuff out there, then making our way, staying again in Makati. Makati's just really easy to get around to everything in there, and there's a lot going on all the time. Where the last time, yes, we found a really cheap place to stay, and it was really good.
Parañaque City.
But it was really far.
Near the freaking airport.
Past the airport.
Yeah, 2 out of 10, guys. Okay, it was super cheap, but the Grab was so expensive to get anywhere.
And to get one.
It basically you might as well have just gotten an expensive hotel.
But if you are going there for the purpose of staying on that side of the airport and all those areas, perfect, wonderful, perfect, good place. Do it. But if you want to spend every day going all the way back into the city, do not do that.
It was you got to see a lot of the city though.
And what did we pay, like $17 a day or something? It was nice. Had a balcony, everything.
It was it was nice, but the you were paying $70 for the cab ride too. It was expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to go back up there. It'll be nice because it's always nice to, once you kind of get into a lull. It's not just for like vlogging or anything, but just life living. It's always nice to take a little trip up to the other islands. When is the Mindanao visit? I have no idea.
Yeah, we're not sure.
We definitely want to go because there are some beautiful, beautiful places in Mindanao, but there's also some places that are not recommended.
Yeah, you
us,
you have to actually tell the government if you're going there and that kind of thing, and they will tell you if you can or cannot go to that place. But the actual
Davao.
Yeah, Davao, you have no issues
yeah.
whatsoever, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I've seen I've obviously looked around, and on Google Maps, when you just click random places, they'll have pictures from reviews that people have given, and they're quite pretty. There's a lot of nature and waterfalls and so many cool things. So we shall see. When are you guys visiting Batangas? Soon.
You're just
soon.
jumping all over. Yeah, all that stuff is going to happen very, very soon. June, by the way.
Whatever hits my eyeballs first is what gets it. Instead of the big question that's posted,
I was just going to say, you want me to read it? I have a geographical question. Why is Alaska not part of the state of Canada or part of Canada?
Because America has the audacity.
Well, is it near connected to Canada rather? Yeah. So what it was is Russia actually owned it. Alaska used to be part of Russia, and then there was a treaty, and they did a trade, and obviously Canada had no power back then. We were just small, and the British was just a big colonial power that they did not like, but America wasn't at the time a colonial type power or anything. Yeah. And so that the deal was done as a buffer, between the two. Yeah. And so that's why it's part of America. I've been to Alaska. It's incredible. If you go up there, I was in the military. So I was stationed up in, it's called Yukon, I don't remember, northern area. It's got a specific, it's not like a base, okay? It's like a training area, that kind of thing. And so anyway, you go out into these mountains or whatever, and you just be walking, and now you're in Alaska. There was, you're not imagining a border wall or border patrols or, no, nothing. It's mountains. There's nobody out there, nobody. You need to learn how to survive in ridiculous terrain and emptiness and no food and no trees, just rolling hills of just low-lying grass and bears that can literally see you really far, like you crazy. You're like, oh, I can see a grizzly way over there, and they tell us to load our weapons because we that grizzly can get to you so quickly, even though it would take you like half a day to walk there. That grizzly would be on you in 30 minutes, and so it was really incredible. But you're going back and forth. They just have like reporting stations. So if you take a road, some of these little roads, you go there and there's nobody there. They have cameras at the thing, and you're supposed to fill in the paper and put it in. But you go to this town in Alaska and it doesn't go anywhere. So it's not like you made your way into the U.S. You did, but from there you still have to go back through Canada to get to the United States. So that's why they don't really care. It's not like it got you into the heartland of the United States. But I remember going into Skagway, Alaska, which was absolutely incredible.
That sounds like a...
It's an old gold rush mining town, okay?
Oh, I love those.
And mountains on both sides. How do we get in the camera? Here we go. Mountains on both sides with just a road going down the center.
Why are you so far away from me? Are you scared of me or something?
I am. I'm terrified. But I'm trying to make our mics not echo. And so you go down this windy road right in the middle with these huge mountains on both sides. But at the end of this mountain, like really, and then you get this little old time 1800s wooden village with the, like you'd imagine.
The saloons.
Yes,
with
saloon doors. And everything is all plank wood and everything. But at the end, you're like, what is that? And they're like, that's a cruise ship. And they look like they're half the size of the mountain. When you're coming down, there's this huge cruise ships because the ocean there is so deep. And so they bring in the cruise ships, and it's like a tourist town thing, right? And so that really let us take break from the military.
Oh,
yeah, it was very much like Westworld.
Only if I got to dress up. I would only love it if I could be one of the bar ladies, okay? I want to be a brothel lady.
You know what? If you wanted a good business to hear, you would do a Ren Fair, like a permanent. Here.
No, you know what I'm so jealous of?
Because they have them in Texas. So.
I was like, that's the one reason. Okay, not even Canada. The one reason I would go to the U.S. like right now is for a Ren Fair. They have like permanent ones.
Yeah.
Why? Guys, Philippines, come on. All right, D&D, Ren Fair, like just, you don't even have to have any rides or anything. You just have people dressed up as pirates and fairies and kings and queens and like an orc somewhere. You have to have an orc somewhere. And then just put them in a field, and people will come.
Yeah.
And not only that, people will also dress up, and they'll pay you so they could dress up.
Yep. And think about it, like if you want a healthy outlet for your children, which allows for creativity.
Beating up dragons.
Well, yeah, but creativity and then the artistry of making up these costumes, that kind of thing. The acting part of it, they get to do the role-playing part of it. It's a very healthy outlet. Would you rather them just sit on their cell phone and watch TikTok all day or something like that? So it actually would be pretty darn cool. And think about, like, even all the schools could do visits at it stuff like that.
Okay, the second thing I'm going to do when I'm a millionaire is start a Ren Fair. The first thing I'm going to do is, like, family stuff, okay? I'm going to make sure all my family fed, healthy, housed. Second thing I'm going to do, Ren Fair. Watch out. If you see a Ren Fair and you guys are like, in this economy, it's me because I'm a millionaire. See, I would be the best millionaire, okay? SM. Yo, SM, if you ever see this, you have a lot of land and a lot of money. I'm just saying, if one of your if one of your SMs is getting a little outdated, a little old, turn it into a Star Wars galactic space cruise. Because SM, they wouldn't work for medieval team. Or you could. I'm just saying, SM, you have a lot of empty space. We were in Bacolod. There's a lot of empty fielding. You don't even need security if you just hire a guy with a sword. People, I will come dressed up as a fairy. Or a dragon.
That's
a dragon, okay? I'll freaking dress up as a jester. I'm just saying, SM, you have a lot of empty space. You have security. You're paying security. Switch the guns for a sword and add a tent. And just be like, hear ye. We got a Ren Fair. Just
anyway, I think we need to go and meet once again that family that own a lot of things here. the helicopter and all that. Remember?
I have
We're not
no
gonna, we're not going to
money.
call
Yeah.
them out, but
I
you know
have
who I'm talking
no.
about. But you don't know any. You don't know the owners of them because they're a public company, I believe. But we do own no owners. That
Yeah.
So maybe we just need to meet with them again and say, listen, we have an idea. Hear me out. Hear me out. And they're like, is it a 20-30% return every month or not?
No.
You know, that kind of thing.
No, you lose money. You're in the red for your entire life.
So, Juju, yeah, no.
No, we don't. We don't.
No.
We're so done with it. We're so done. Are you gonna get a dog?
Are you guys listening? Ready?
We don't want it.
Can you
We
hear
don't
that?
need a dog.
We've got 100 wild dogs that live out on our road in front of us
We
that are
have
battling right
one
now.
of the strays. He's got a black little polka dot eye. He sleeps in front of our gate, so we basically already have a guard
For free.
dog. Yeah, for free.
There
For
you go,
free.
without any work. Anyway,
we don't need
but he
one.
doesn't let us pet him or anything.
No, he guards even himself.
Yeah, he guards himself too. Not really, you know, it's just our gate has a dog.
If you were to start a business, what would it be? Mike,
We have
I
so
already
many.
Spieled, okay? If I wanted to lose money, but like mentally be at 100, so okay, money down, happiness at 100, rent fair. I don't even care if I'm the only one there. I will hire 100 actors, and I'll be the only guest if I have to. Okay, I'll do it. Chinese billionaire.
Oh, sorry. So SM is not publicly owned? I thought it
The
was.
shoe
Sorry, my
mark.
bad. I didn't know if they were public. No.
China, hear me out, okay? China, anybody, any Chinese billionaires watching,
Any
rent
billionaire.
fair.
She'll take any billionaire.
Actually, yeah, I'm not picky, okay? I'm not gonna be like, if you got money, you got money, all right? Rent fair. You can take my money, okay? Whatever the ticket price is, you can take that.
Do you remember this?
SMC side in Cebu
Remember the
has-
dinosaur?
The
Twerking?
Torcosaurus, the Torcosaurus. Dude, all you needed was a night.
That was not friendly, healthy, family friendly.
He was literally twerking in front of like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Which,
You'll have to see our Cebu
Do your
playlist to
thing.
find that.
but like,
he was twerking.
he got down. All right, he was getting down. Like,
it was a little weird.
110%. Not weird at all. But I had 110% respect. 10,000 rabies cases a year. Over 100 deaths a year. 1 million dogs.
yeah.
Wow, rabies is crazy. I realized that, like,
100 deaths of humans?
probably for everybody, or just the Philippines, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, but I thought, rabies shots are not exactly rare.
Y'all ever thought about doing side missions? What are we, the video game?
So yes, we actually do want, but the problem is they actually don't want that here. They think it's a bad thing.
Very
so-
superstitious.
So
in a
very
lot of
superstitious,
places.
and also they worry that it will affect their property values. So any of the really old mansions that people say are haunted, that kind of thing, they're like, yeah, but you can't film it.
Mike is like money up, happiness down type of business. A restaurant, unless the restaurant is themed.
Yeah.
Then
No,
it is.
and we don't want to.
up.
We don't want to just
and
come here
money
and like take business from other people. We want to provide something that's like a destination, a tourist type attraction, and what we would do is add value, right? And so it would have to be themed. It would be
Yeah.
paying more than the average person. When we're also going to make it really cool and be like I don't want to say too much. Let's just say
It's
that.
gonna be Star Wars themed. You're gonna have a lightsaber.
It's not going to be any of that, actually.
Well, you don't know. You don't know.
Anyway, we've talked about a little bit before, but there's a lot more to
Harry
it. Now that
Potter
we're closer
is more
to,
popular. That's true. That's true. Sorry, what were you saying?
no idea now.
I just saw
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter, so I just immediately.
She loves Harry Potter. We made those videos when we were in at the Harry Potter and everything. They got like 300 views to this day.
To this
Nobody
day,
wanted to watch them.
Nobody. Okay, but to be fair, we weren't on our vlog. Wait, yeah, we weren't on our on our game. We were just
Yeah,
vlogging. for
well,
our
we were just
hobby.
vlogging for the sake of vlogging. But Bianca was having a heyday
Yeah.
in Universal Studios. So
Yeah. Where's the support, huh? For my happiness.
it's in the USA playlist.
It's-
If you're
it's-
interested,
yeah, if
you
you're
get to see my mother there when she gets to meet my mother for the first time. Everything else. There's actually quite a bit in there, and my
There's-
brother.
I could
So-
actualize some Ren Fair ideas. All right, so we got Smurf on board.
Smurf Crusher. So
Wait,
say
hold
goodbye
on
to
a
the
minute.
Smurfs. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on a minute.
It's part of it, part of the plan, you know.
Wait, Smurf Crusher, are you by chance a billionaire? If not, we still need one of those. That role has not
Yeah.
been filled
Yeah,
yet.
that's the first rule.
Anybody who wants to apply as a billionaire to fund the entire thing, please, we'll make a Google form for it. What type of billionaire? How many billions are you willing to spend? Yes, I mean billions, because it is a Ren fair and we're gonna make it cool. You're not supposed to acknowledge the spirits you see in the Philippines. Oh, that's probably why nobody likes doing the ghost things.
Yeah, probably.
And even one of the schools that we were at, they told us about how like ABS-CBN wanted to do a feature of their school about one of like the ghost stories that they had.
Sir,
And
you dropped your
they
money.
refused.
Sir, Uy, sir, you dropped your money. Teka lang, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm listening to 24
Okay.
and
'Cause
company.
I had sent you one recently, some new footage, like from CCTVs and everything, that are the creepiest ass-wong stuff I've ever seen in my life. I was going to bring them up, but unfortunately, yeah, we're talking like a woman who walks down this. So there's this other woman that's outside doing some gardening or whatever, and it's like
Yeah.
dusk, 5 o'clock, that kind of thing. And she's doing this, and this lady walks up to her, and she turns around. I can't tell if she has a conversation or whatever. There's no sound. But then she goes back to her thing, and then you see that lady keeps walking down the road, and when she gets to the street light, it's like she like totally disforms into something, and the woman turns around, starts screaming and pointing like this, and it runs away. Yeah, I know. I was like, and this wasn't San Francisco. So, or Philadelphia, or Baltimore.
Anyways, I'm not a billionaire, as far as you know, but I have some risk mitigation. No, we don't need risk mitigation if we have a billionaire on Earth. That's the whole point of having a billionaire.
Billionaires have staff that do all that stuff.
But I'll still invite you to the team.
Yeah.
So your idea has a chance. I know in my heart that a Ren fair started by me is not going to happen for many, many, many years. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm not dumb enough to do it yet. But when I have some stupid money,
Yeah.
that's when I go dumb.
But if we're going to go honest, though, like obviously, if you want to have a successful business, and I've had businesses before, you start with things that are low in capital, right? You start with stuff you don't start with 100 employees in a big monstrous building and all that kind of stuff. You look for a business that's going to give you some income generation, some low capital infusion. Why are you smiling like that?
I was gonna make a joke, but then I stopped myself.
And then you start to generate the revenue and build from profit. Then you build the business and expand the business from there to a larger type of business, and you keep going. So
I'm just gonna have
all this other stuff is literally once you're established, right?
I'm just gonna have one night following me around then. That's gonna be the start of the run.
Smurf Crusher will walk around with you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
do
you've
you
got all
have
the.
a sword?
You could just set up a cosplay meetup somewhere, and you're done. Like you
There
could already
was-
get that.
There was like a lightsaber one, not a lightsaber one, like a Star Wars one in Iloilo a bit ago. They're having a Maid cafe one. But the thing is, I want to sign up for it and be a little maid cafe girl. Like it's a maid cafe where you're all dressed up,
Yeah,
right?
you can go there and
But
she'll
the
serve
thing
you.
is, I can't speak Alongo, so it's like I can't take your order.
Right, but you could be the English. You could have a sign over saying English maid,
Ooh, I should. I
where there's a will, there's a way.
Because you just volunteer, you dress up as a cat maid, and I would love that. So maybe I'll do that. I used to have a lechon minoc. Oh, that's good business. I would eat.
The only thing is like
It's too common.
yeah, and what happens is so like somebody opens a chooks to go, which is like
The
rotisserie chicken, right? So
So
I believe SM owns that, and so they set it up, and then everybody and their grandmother opens up the exact same business beside it, be 10 pieces cheaper. That's it. And so there's 8 of them all taking away business because they know the chooks is going to get more or Andox. There's other ones, right?
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's you want to really have a successful business that won't just barely pay your bills. You have to think outside of the box. You have to be unique. You have to be, anybody can be copied. Any idea can be copied, but you have to make it
You have to
very
do it
difficult
better.
for people to
Yeah.
copy. Exactly. And so you don't just do a better mousetrap sort of thing. You got to be like another
Better
level.
bitches, better
And
Sorry.
and so yeah, any of the ideas that we've got are, it would just take a lot of effort for them to do, and it doesn't come naturally to the average person. So what do we do, right? Like, what are we doing right now? We do what most people can't do. We can go on camera and talk to people without a script or anything like that. We can go wandering through a crowd and just start talking to people randomly on camera, filming them very easily, no problem. We can go on stages and talk in front of
Okay, wait, hold on.
crowds,
Speak,
that kind of thing.
speak for yourself.
Well, we
Okay,
are a
I have
team.
a little.
We're a
Yeah.
team.
Actually, I did it in Gamiris.
You did.
I got interviewed at the Gamiris.
Mhm.
Wait, did you film it?
Yes.
Is it
It's
filmed?
in the video.
So yeah, so you guys could see it. But she brought me up and she asked me a couple questions, and I wanted to poop my pants, but I didn't, and I did a good job. So
She did great. She did really great. So having that, when you think about all of that, you're like, okay, these are our strengths. A strength that not even 1%, very few people feel confident enough and comfortable enough to be able to do something like that. And which is why, not everybody has 100,000 or 1 million followers, all these things on YouTube. Otherwise, everybody would if it was that easy to replicate. And so finding something like that and say, okay, this is what you're good at. Find a way to, grow your business from that kind of thing makes the most sense, right? Trying to do another lechon business or a chicken rotisserie beside everybody else's chicken rotisserie, that kind of. And plus, I would feel shitty doing it, to be very honest, because at the end of the day, that's a business that a Filipino could easily open, and I'm taking away from the Philippines if I did something like that. So I like to do. I want to add value. If I'm going to do something, I'm adding value, making it a tourist destination, so that all the businesses around all benefit from me or us providing a business in that area.
I like Robert's idea, a barbershop with ladies dressing in anime costumes.
Totally.
And then the fact that you also have one across the street from you. Where do you live?
Yeah,
by the
Robert, what's
way?
going on? What's going on?
I just for science reasons. Where is this barbershop?
If you think about it, like in the United States, there are very successful business models where they have like Maid cafes.
Wait, do we have a Hooters in the Philippines?
I don't know if they have one but either way, I was going to say things like Hooters, where they
Yeah.
survive on that kind of thing, and the Supreme Court has allowed them to do it. But in Canada, it's not as easy and that kind of thing, because hiring laws are getting more difficult to say, listen, I only hire girls with big boobs, for example, right? I'm not saying you have to run a business like that, but the point is here in the Philippines, you could do that in a minute. Like you
I
go
love the
you go by the
signage, though.
signs,
It's like
and it'd be like female only.
front desk lady, 18 to 23. You're like, damn. Okay, I'm about
In
to
Canada,
be aged
that
out
would
from
be
that.
illegal. Okay, it would be illegal to do that in Canada. Here you can do that. So why
and,
are not
And some ask to leave photos.
right?
You're not allowed to
yeah.
have photos on your resume in Canada.
Right. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So why are not more businesses going, I mean, I can just hire, or, it doesn't have to be ladies, by the way. It could be all guys. You all have to be buff. You all have to wear
You all have to be
tuxedo things.
bodybuilder.
It could be girls, guys, whatever. You could easily, but nobody does it. Why not? Well, I don't understand it. Just pay more money because you're going to get way more business. I don't know.
Wait, do they have any men strip clubs here?
They don't have
Sorry,
strip
that's-
clubs here. It's
All right.
not a thing here.
Before
Remember?
we get 18 plus, we'll bring
Yeah,
it back,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
bring it
Not-
back.
no, bad. Yes, I am.
For your patience,
I'm a
with the-
blessing for blessed.
He's just here for the ride. I don't know. I can't even
Honestly,
make a joke.
you got to think about it this way: is she keeps me young, because I wouldn't understand half the things I do understand because of Bianca Davina.
Stuffed bras. Sorry. Okay,
Bec-
continue.
see?
Continue.
I wouldn't understand attention deficit disorder as well. I would not understand a lot of but slang and cultural things, that kind of thing. But because of her, I do, and we do a lot more things that are that are blend between the two of us. And so I'm actually very grateful for that. And if I wasn't patient, well, we wouldn't work out, right?
Yeah, it would have been done in COVID.
Yeah, and if she wasn't like an old soul, where she actually has interests that are very much aligned with my genres and everything else, there's a lot of reasons why we work out well together. And so very thankful for everything, but all relationships require a ton of patience. Let's be honest.
That's true.
It does.
Do you
Because
think
you're two
I
different
am
people.
not-
Of course. Oh, yeah, she has to be patient with me.
But I love him, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Why are there no photos in Canada? Because my mom has all my photos. And
Yeah.
she does not know how to take a picture and send it on Google Drive.
Yeah.
So
And I had a very interesting childhood, which obviously none of them are digital or anything like that and stuff. So I have no, like, I didn't even have Facebook before all this stuff. So we made a Facebook for this site. So any photos I can give you are since we've been together almost, you know.
yeah, basically they're the same from my old
but I was a
phone.
photographer before and everything, so I have some. But it's like those aren't me as a kid. Like childhood photos. My mother has them, but she's in Canada. And the
Yeah,
one I
same
did
with
show
me.
on, you know, with the snow and the little house, and I'm like, this is the house. That I asked my mother for photos, and she took a picture of her framed picture on her desk. Here you go. So that's what I get. Okay, that's what I get.
And I found pictures of me from Sakito. I even found a video clip of me doing my pattern. And they are shot on a full-on potato.
Yeah,
I don't know
potato
what
photos.
was going on in 2013, but there were the grain on these videos, on these pictures. I don't even know, like, how did anybody have photos? Because it was a shock. I was shocked at how bad the quality was. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for HD now. Now I understand how far we've come. In 10 years, we've gone from like ultra HD photos, or like, no, we came from 360, like 360p, like that it was a pixel. Okay, a pixel's bigger than my eyeball.
Minecraft pictures.
And then, yeah, we're doing 8-bit games with these photos. And now we're at like ultra HD. You can see like the heavens through somebody's eyes in a photo.
Yeah. So yeah, we have been to Clark,
Oh.
but I didn't know there was this big abandoned Disney World up there that you can go and look out. They ran out of money. He says Merrigan filmed it, and I didn't know that. We did go up there, and we found like so many things that were just coming to finish. We went to that zoo. Remember that safari? And it
It's
wasn't.
still being built.
Yeah, it was. They didn't have any
Dying?
toilets. They had nothing. Remember?
Sorry, I thought you were choking a little bit.
No. But we went to a lot of different things. The water park. We wanted to go in the water park, and they're like, sorry. And there's people in there, and we're like, why can't? And they're like, we don't open till May
There's,
1st,
like,
and it's
staff or
April.
something.
Yeah, it was actually. I think they said it was like government's children or something. They have some things that it allows them to test everything. I guess I don't know.
And they actually meant no photos on your resume, CRB.
Oh.
And it's because it could be seen as,
Because then you can pick people based on their race, their color, creed,
yeah, what is
religions,
it?
you know, that kind of thing.
What is that
it's,
called?
It's discrimination.
Yeah.
In
So-
Canada, you're not allowed to do anything, and you're allowed to put whatever name you want. You can't get in trouble. So if you're a new immigrant from, say, for example, China, you're allowed to have a Canadian name. It's not a legal name, but you're allowed to have a Canadian name. So you just say, my name is April Johnson, and that's it, and you send it, and that's what you're reading, so that's who you hire. And so that's why now companies, because I hate to say it, but they might have, they're worried about finding somebody who, because they do all these research things now, and I don't even know what I'm trying to think, why would they
have
do this? But they
programs
hire
where-
people also to just scan, go through companies that go through every social media trying to track this person down.
Yeah, and what they'll do is, like, if you give your contact information in the resume, I've seen videos of it. They have programs that you input the email, and it'll show what that email is like used for.
Yeah.
Every like your Reddit, your anything that you've
Yeah.
signed up for using that email, it'll show so they can see what you're.
Yeah, they want to get around the
joining.
discrimination laws, right?
And
So because if you bring somebody in for an interview and they're equal to or better than the other person, they can't just choose you. Or the other person, I mean. Even though they'd be like, yeah, I could get along with that person, I'd rather work with that person. The other person's more qualified, they'll sue you if you don't hire them.
yeah.
And so they try to go in and around these laws.
But the best way that they get around it is they only hire people who submit. They walk in resumes. This is what we did at our store. You would have to, at a clothing store. You'd have to walk in and hand in your resume.
Oh, resumes in person only.
Yeah, resumes in person. So the girls receiving your resume can see what type of person you are and quickly get a little info about you. I learned this after I was hired when I was working the cash, because we would have people coming in and they would only be able to give it to the manager on duty. So I'd be like, yeah, hold on. And then she explained to me what they did. And they have 2 piles. One for like potential and one for not potential.
Because the retail stores, they like only want the pretty girls to work in there.
They
that
only
kind
no,
of
they
thing.
only want the people who represent their brand.
Oh.
So like for Hot Topic, they want alternative looking people.
People that you would imagine in that.
Yeah,
clothing.
like you're not gonna see me like obviously I would be at Hot Topic because of the anime and everything, like straight up. No
She didn't
cap.
work at Hot Topic.
I didn't. But like, or what was it? Spencer's. They would have the cool people there because they sell cool things and bachelorette things in the back, if you know what I mean.
So yeah, no Hooters. Apparently, there's one called Stuffed Bras.
That's an amazing freaking store because or restaurant name, because if I wanted to be hired there, I would too stuff my bra.
There you go.
So they understand what it takes.
No, I'm. You can see the difference between the two of us. I am more likely
Does
to
he
watch
look like you?
documentaries and stuff like that, and I love knowledge and stuff like that. I
Wait,
just,
what are you saying about me? Is it because I'm Asian that you think I watch anime? Did you?
No,
s-
you actually watch a lot of
Yeah.
anime. No, wait, we're talking about why I don't really. That's just not my thing. It's definitely her thing.
Wow.
But it's not like I wouldn't like it. It's just I would get bored in 5 minutes. Let's see.
There used to be a Hooters around Mall of Asia.
Oh, that's too bad. Name it.
The food's not really. It's okay.
Whenever you put on there.
It wasn't amazing.
speak.
Whenever you put on your rent fare, name it one thing, but when you speak of it, call it something else for no apparent reason. I got Harry, Larry, McNary. I got 3 brain cells, and you're really asking me to rub them together to make sense of that right now. Really? Harry, you have a lot of faith in me. Honestly, I'd rather see the future than the abandoned past.
Yeah, I used to love going into abandoned buildings, stuff like that, and exploring and doing that
I
urban
love the
exploring.
past.
An old farmhouse that's from the 1800s that's now the trees have overtaken it and everything. I'm going exploring through these things. Used to be a big thing. I really enjoyed it. So to each their own. But imagine like somebody saying here, old German castles and stuff like.
10 out of 10. Like, I would rather go see an abandoned, like, there's ivy growing on these ruins of, like, one of the old mansions, even here in Iloilo, than go to SM.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking about air conditioning and shopping. Then,
Remember
you know,
that
one
mental
would suffice.
asylum I went to? The government closed it in Canada, like, I want to say
I would
80 years ago or something, 70 years ago. And it was so cool. They
I
have
would go.
tunnels. They have like things that you're like, it doesn't make any sense. You're like, why? Why would you? What? What were you doing down here? Why is there tunnels through everything? And it just didn't make any sense. And it just makes your mind go crazy. Like, what was going on here?
Oh, yeah. And you can just, it lets your mind kind of go wild when you go to these abandoned places. Because you can just imagine, after I retired at age 20. Okay. Anyways, you can imagine things. Frick, Art Kane.
Called her out, eh? At least I could say I worked like 30 plus years before I retired. I'm not kidding. Come on, we work all the time. Let's be honest. Like, I know it's not work, and I'm never going to compare that. We're not working in a mine somewhere.
I went to bed at 5 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
That was work. That was BS though. That was like half work. That was torture There's like self-torture right there.
Yeah. I don't know more to say. Okay, but we have been going for 1.5 hours. We usually try to cap them at 1 hour because afterwards somebody ever watches these. Plus, we were on the other one for about 20 minutes. So actually, we're almost 2 hours. And I guess I'm going to have to clip these now because we lost internet on the first one, and then it just weirdly starts over here. So I guess we'll do that. It shouldn't be long to do that and put it back up. So we will put this up for other people on. What I'll do is I'll leave this until I can put the other one up, and then I'll just delete the old one and put this one up, and maybe make it much shorter. Just take clips out of it.
I've heard Cells at Work was a good anime because it cells at work like in the human body, like white blood cells, red blood cells. I have not watched it though.
Yeah,
I'm very.
there's also that cartoon with the school bus that goes to people's bodies.
Oh my god, you're just freaking the magic school bus? You're not even gonna name it? You're gonna just be like cartoon? Put some respect on teacher Judy.
Wow.
Miss Judy. I think her name was Judy. Oh shit.
Yeah, well,
She had curly
nothing
hair.
wrong with
She
Judy.
was-
Yeah. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining us on this live, and we have, of course, more videos coming. We always do, all the time. Yes, in June we will be back in Manila. We will be in Batangas. We will be in Makati. We will be all over the place. That is our plan anyway.
I feel like a bishop.
Wow, a fox bishop. And that is her conquering prize for today, for me putting up with her at the mall.
This is why I got married, so I can get cute. What is this? Blanket hoods? Whatever. Either way, yeah.
It's
Look
for
forward
coming
to
out of a shower or bath. You're supposed to wrap your kids in
But
that.
it's soft. So it's like, this is like, you know those soft towels? Okay, anybody who uses soft towels,
It doesn't absorb anything, I know.
what are you doing?
I know.
What? You just want a blanket. Just say you want to be wrapped in a blanket. Like, don't lie and say it's a towel. We all know it's not a towel, okay? Towels are rough. They get the water off of you.
Yeah. Also, shout out to our members. I know a few of them
Thank you,
showed up.
members.
If
We
you don't
love
know,
you.
we do other videos for members as well. There's one that recently we were interviewing and was showing a little bit of a house that he was building out on the island, and it's American. He built this really amazing house, plus his big plans, and he was a movie director. We gave a little bit of a clip in one of our videos, but really it's a much bigger one. And
Yeah,
we
he
give a
talks
tour
about it.
of the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
barangay and everything, and it was really cool. So there's a lot of stuff sometimes that we accumulate. We make this many videos for the public, and then we just take the rest of it. That's really interesting. And we
But it's not, it doesn't fit into the videos.
yeah,
so
and we give that to the members. So if you are interested, I believe it's $3 or $5. I don't know. It's something like that. $3 US or something like a month, and you get the extra videos. You show up differently in chat and stuff like that. So if you're interested,
Thank you.
it's just That Philippines Life, youtube.com/That Philippines Life. Join. Either way, it's in the link of all of our videos. If you click more, you'll see it's right there. You just click that and you join. Anyway.
Eaton's department store. No.
Oh my gosh, no, but
The Eaton Center.
But the Eaton's family, right? One of the wealthiest families from the early days in Canada. We used to drive by it every day to work. And it's like this windy road, beautiful countryside and everything. And their property it's hundreds and hundreds of acres. It's enormous. And you can see the big mansions all the way up there and everything. Because even though they went bankrupt, of course, the family, they had pulled money out of there forever.
Is the Eaton Center there still?
No,
I'm
I
sure
don't.
Not anymore,
no,
but
that's all gone now. Yeah, it's
besides
just
the name.
it became it was the flagship store. And
There
so
was
they
one
kept it.
in like the city I was born in, and my mom used to go to it all the time. And we were doing like a little jewelry tour of her jewelry, and she was showing me all this jewelry from like the 80s and 90s, and she's like, "This is from the Eaton Center," and I was like, or the Eaton department store. I was like, oh, okay. And now that center or department area is kind of like a ghost mall. Alabang.
Yeah, I'm just looking up see where it is because I didn't know. And you said it, but it's not coming to me. Yeah, a lot of the places that we when we want to go.
Wait, Festive Mall is Alabang?
No, there's a festive mall there.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's on the way up from there, from Batangas. So we will be going right through Alabang.
All right,
But
guys.
yeah, you never know.
You'll never
Okay,
know.
so thank you very much for joining us. I
Thank you.
appreciate all of you. We both do, obviously. And we will see you again very, very soon. So thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
See you later.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in the this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame. Yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.